I'm the program director for the Educational Technology program at Marlboro College Graduate School, which is a graduate master's degree, and I've been here a couple years. Often it's assumed to be for K-12 teachers who teach technology, but it is not. It is about using technology to teach anything. So, practically speaking, you're talking about technology integrators for public schools, not necessarily classroom teachers, but the tech integrators who work with the IT department and the principal to help teachers bring technology into the classroom. You're talking about higher education departments that work in conjunction with IT, but they're usually called something like AT, Academic Technology Support. They help faculty directly put materials online, for instance, and make their blended learning courses on and offline better. And then you have a very large segment of jobs that are open in corporate instructional design. We'll start with higher education. You would be academic technology support. You'd be a staff person working in conjunction with the IT department, but not usually necessarily part of them, but your own department. And your department is in charge of helping professors use technology in their teaching. Put a video up online, help a biology professor use the right flash animations, know when to use lecture capture. For K-12, technology integration specialists is a technical term or a title. You'd have 2 or 3 schools, maybe 1 school if it was really big, and you do the same thing. You're not the guy they go to if there's a printing problem or a virus problem or your computer won't start up problem. You're the guy they go to if the teacher wants to bring technology into all of their teaching. If you've figured out that you're kind of half a geek and kind of half a teacher, and you want a career as an instructional technologist, you should try to look at where you want to live, probably, and whether you're more comfortable around kids in K-12 or around higher ed or in corporate. Then to start your search, I would look at the major institutions. We have a What's Ed Tech page that has all the other schools in the area, too. I would start to compile a list of schools that offer the master's degree in educational technology. You want to look at the faculty and see what they've been up to, publishing-wise or in their work. Some programs may have more PhDs, so you have to decide if you're going straight into a master's to go get a job, or you want to go further and become an academic. If a program was new, I would stay with the faculty. If a program's been around at all, I would try to figure out if their alumni are getting work. Mm-hmm. And look at their curriculum. Our program, like other programs, has classes online. And if you go to, say, our program at Marlboro College Graduate School, and then you take some of the more, call them famous programs because they have a couple hundred students, San Diego State University, Indiana, Florida State, and you look at their curriculums, you can start to get an idea of what say, a standard program in ed tech teaches. I would say a successful practitioner of educational technology is aware that technology is mostly about people and how to implement effective instruction using any technology about any subject. But they also know how to work with people and to keep up with all the technology that comes at you all the time. That involves someone who has enough people skills to form a learning network, we would call it, a support network of people. And we look for people who view themselves as a teacher, but they are attracted to teaching. They find themselves teaching. But they also find themselves always talking to the IT department. And often, most of our students naturally come to us and say, I'm teaching down at this school, but I'm the one who always gets asked to go with the IT, to talk to the IT people, or asked to look at the new software, or asked to fix a computer. But I don't want to be straight IT, and I think ed tech's for me. And that's exactly the kind of person you're looking for, because you need as many tech skills as you do people skills. Now is a good time because there's jobs. All you have to do is go to a job search engine. On our pages, we have direct links to Indeed.com, which is a meta search engine. You just type in instructional design in quotes or educational technology in quotes, and you'll see jobs. That's been consistent. My answer would have been yes since the mid-90s, and it has a much longer history before that. The answer is yes, and will continue to be for decades, if not consistently, because we're in the information age and a service economy where people are needed to help other people deal with technology and learning. The challenge is the chaos that comes from being right now in an equivalent time of when the printing press was invented. So right now you're dealing with almost post-traumatic stress syndrome abatement, which is helping people just deal with a tremendous amount of change, and helping people realize that change can be good, change can be managed. Everything that comes at you, you kind of try to slow it down a little. Mm-hmm. So the real challenge now is chaos control and information control. We had a big trend in virtual worlds for a while with Second Life. That seemed to have died down a little, but I think we'll still have a niche. We have a class, teaching and learning in virtual worlds. Virtual worlds are very interesting when you talk about chemistry problems in high schools that can't afford dangerous chemicals. So there are going to be simulation areas, areas where simulations are used in instruction, mm-hmm. Second Life style, and open source universes like OpenSim now, which is like Second Life, but open source. And we always prefer open source here. So that's a trend. Mobile is a really big trend. But because mobile learning opens up amazing possibilities. If you want to teach someone how to identify leaves, for instance, and they've got an Android or iPhone or smartphone, they're out there looking at this really high-resolution picture of a leaf in the forest. And then they're, matching and practicing and getting assessed and practicing again. There's some machine artificial intelligence teaching coming up that will no doubt send a lot of people into a panic. I don't think that panic will be warranted, because I believe that relatively smart programs can teach adults and kids rote learning things, helping people, for instance, practice multiplication tables, drill and practice when it's appropriate, language acquisition skills, right, back and forth. And I think that's not going to replace teachers, it's not going to make less teachers, and it's not going to hurt instructional designers. We are going to have plenty of work doing the advanced, complex teaching. Someone should consider our program because we have a track record of an excellent education and getting jobs. You can talk to our alumni. It's been great since we started in '97. We're small. Our teachers are all working professionals, and you'll be able to always have someone to talk to, in terms of faculty and registrars. We're very personal. We have proven track record of taking somebody and making them an educational technologist who can get a job, and not only a job, but a job that, while they may not be rich, they'll be satisfied professionally and have a good, gainful employment. Go to whatisedtech.com and call Joe in admissions here. He'll talk to you about our school or other schools. Our main concern is that you would find the right fit Find an educational technologist in your area. Find one and take them to lunch or meet them at their workplace. So that would be going to your local public school and asking for a tech integrator, or going to the local college and saying, do you have any instructional technologists or academic technologists? Find them, track them down, and talk to them. Or if you're in a big corporation, you have a training department, and there's educational technologists all over that department. And they'll be able to really tell you about their life and where they went to school